Hi and welcome to day 2. I hope you enjoyed yesterday. It was nice and relaxed. So today's just going to be a little bit different. We're going to work all around the leg areas, the hips, and obviously going to have some use of the arms as well. But I just need to warm up. It's freezing, isn't it? So we're just going to come on to the edge of our mat. I'm going to start off with some sun salutations as a little bit of a warm up, wake up the muscles. So with our inhale, we're just going to raise our arms overhead, really filling that lung space. And with our exhale, just come down into a forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Soften the knees if you need to. This will be tough on your hamstrings a moment until they get a little bit warmer and looser. Exhale, bring yourself down. We're just going to walk out the hands into a high plank. If you can from here, use your whole body weight and come down into a push-up effect. Otherwise, lower the knees and drop the torso down. With your hands spread like spiders, push up your torso, keeping your pubic bone onto the floor. You shouldn't feel any pinching. This is Cobra. Just keep it relaxed. Soften the elbows, soften the shoulders. Try not to be up here. We want to be relaxed. Tuck your toes, push yourself up into down dog. Draw in that navel, pushing away from the earth with your fingers, your toes. If you want to, play around with movement. Maybe pedal out your hamstrings, the hips. Remembering to breathe as you do so. If you sit down a lot, run. It could be a little bit tight, so just loosen up and come back into down dog. Wonderful. From here, we're just going to step forward, come into a full fold, raise halfway, exhale, come back down, and then slowly roll up. Vertebrae by vertebrae, head coming up last. Lovely. Fabulous. And we're going to keep doing this for a couple more times. So inhale, raise arm overhead. Come down into your full fold. Inhale, halfway up. Release. Hands plant to the floor, step back into high plank. Again, lower the knees if you need to, otherwise come down into a push-up effect. Untuck your toes, pushing up with your hands, keeping your pubic bone onto the floor. Inhale, exhale. Wonderful. Tuck the toes, come back with your hips into down dog. Again, pedal out if you need to. Use the movement. Listen to your body and how it wants to be released. Be in tune with your body going inward. Inhale, hold the down dog and step forward with your feet. Plant the hands, come up then halfway. Exhale, release. And slowly by vertebrae, we're just coming up. Head slowly last. Wonderful. One more time. Ready? Inhale. Arms overhead. Exhale, come fully down. Inhale up halfway. Exhale down further. Step out with your feet. Lower the knees if you need to, otherwise we're coming down into a push-up effect. Push up with your hands and tuck in your toes. Hips glued to the floor. Inhale, exhale. Really nice one, this one, for your lower back. If you're hunched over, it's like a counteractor one. It's really nice. Tuck your toes, bring your hips back. Try and get those heels down to the floor, but remember, do not force. Just allow your body to soften into it slowly. Drawing in that navel, pushing away with your hands and your toes. Wonderful. Walk yourself forward. Stay in the fold. Inhale halfway up. Exhale down. And slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, we come up slowly. Wonderful. Just give yourself a little wiggle. So we're planting our left foot now, stepping back with our right into warrior two. Arms straight out ahead, hips trying to face forward if you can. Don't force it, just naturally allow your body to stop where it needs to. Knees stacked over ankle. We're not locking the elbows, we're softening our arms, keeping everything open. Gaze down our front arm, strong pose. Engaging our thighs, our core. Inhale and exhale. Come down with your left arm, over with our right. Gaze just slightly, tucking our chin into our shoulder. Looking overhead, giving that nice stretch in our side and our hips. Come back over into our warrior two and come back down with your right arm and left arm over. Feeling the stretch in your front. Remembering to breathe. Wonderful. Come back to center, warrior two. We're gonna just come forward with our toes. And we're gonna come into a forward bend. So with our hips and torso, we're just coming down towards gravity. Hold it here. This may be a bit strenuous on the hamstrings, so just soften the knees if you need to here. Or if you want to and you've got blocks, these are what settings you can place them on. You can come down further if that's where your body naturally comes to a halt. Otherwise, just hands on hip, using your body as the weight, engaging your thighs. Come down further into a forward fold. If you can place your hands on ankles, please do so. Releasing the weight of your head just by shaking yes and no. Yes and no. Just releasing all the neck muscles, fully immersing yourself into this pose. We're going to take our hands to center and we're just going to wiggle side to side with our body. Side to side, it's like you're swishing water. Softening knees to knee as you move side to side. And we're going to come to a halt and just plant our hands further to the ground and see if you can just bend the elbows, come further down with your head to the floor. Remembering to breathe. Wonderful. From here, we're going to plant our right hand and just come up slowly with our left to stack over our shoulders. You want to see your hand as you do this. If you've gone too far over and you can't see your hand anymore, you know you've gone too far. So you're stacking your shoulders. Come down with your left, plant that on the ground. Raise the right arm, stack over shoulders. Nice spine twist. Massaging the organs, releasing any toxins within the spine. And bring yourself back down to center. Give yourself one last fold, maybe a swish as well. Let's move with our body's requirements. Lovely. And just slowly now, raising up. Engage in your core, engage in your thighs. Nice deep breath in. Maybe you want to wiggle your toes in a little bit, just to shake that off. So next now we're going to turn our right side toes and we're coming into warrior two on the right side. So knee again stacked over ankle, arms out wide. Your left foot should be like on a little bit of an angle just to hold the weight. Thighs engaged, hips want to be facing forward, so one's going inward, one's going out. And you gaze down your arms, keeping your core strong, keeping your thighs strong. Hello, Looney. Wonderful, remembering to breathe. Bring your right arm down and left arm overhead. Feel that stretch. Remember, you're not leaning so that you lose that engagement. You're kind of just using it as a resting bar, just to hold you as you lean into this pose. So your thighs should still be activated. Come back to center. Warrior two. Left hand slides on back, right arm overhead. Feeling that stretch in the front of your ribs and side. Again, remember to breathe. Fill your lungs, feel the stretch even further. And release into center. Wonderful. Come back and face the toes forward. From here, we're going to go into goddess pose. So just bending the knees, turning at the toes as well, ever so slightly, sorry. Heels coming in as well. And we're just going to squat on into this. Hands are going to come into prayer. And we're just going to activate the thighs. Hold. Using our breath. Because we are strong goddesses. Oh God, if this matter, if you're a guy doing this as well. And come up. Using cactus hands, we're going to come back into that goddess squat. And release. Hands come up. Lower yourself back into it. And one more time. Lower yourself back in. Fab. And we're just going to go side to side from here. Activating our sides. Keeping our thighs engaged. Wonderful. Using our breath. Center up. Let's just give yourself a little shake here. Fab. We're going to come back to the end of our mats. Sorry, my bra straps keep falling. And we're just going to walk our hands on out. And we're going to come down into down dog. From here, we're just going to stay for a moment. Navel drawn in. Heels trying to touch the ground. And we're just going to raise our right leg in a minute into a three-legged dog. But before we do, we're going to come over with our weight and torso. So shoulders come over to our hands. You're going to draw that knee in, tuck to chest, push back with our weight. Foot goes to the ceiling into three-legged dog. From here, you're going to just turn your heel that's planted on the ground ever so slightly to an angle, and the heel of your raised foot is going to go over hip. Now you don't want to go too far so you lose balance, but you just want to feel that little stretch within the hip flexors. And just come back over with your heel and your leg. Come into a crunch, a runner crunch I like to call it. And just plant that back and come down into down dog again. From here we're going to do the same on the left hand side. Come over with our weights, body over shoulders, crunch that leg. Raise the leg up to the ceiling, turn that ankle over planted to your left foot too, sorry. Feel that stretch in the hips. And just come back to center, crunch on in and plant that foot. We're just going to drop our knees ever so slightly. And plant them down rather, ever so slowly I meant to say. And just come into a tabletop a second. I'm just going to move forwards and backwards. Rotate the hips. Remembering to breathe. Make want to go the other way. Feel your body's movements. And from here we go into cat-cow. So I'm just going to and show my belly a second. So we go, remember there's a bar across your head, and we're just gonna untuck our head from that bar into cat. Exhale into cow. Or exhale cat. Inhale cow. It's just a really nice joint releaser for the spine. Releases any toxins stored. Nice stretch for the shoulders. Using our breath as well to really relax into this. You might want to just circle the ribs as well. Rotate the torso and just go the opposite way to which way you've done. Remember, always breathe as well. Fabulous. From here, just widen your knees out. Bring the butt back and just walk the hands out ever so gently in front of you. Forehead can go on the floor if you can, but just stop wherever your body naturally allows you to come to a halt. From here, we're just going to rest a moment. Just feel the body's warmth. It's just done a lot for you. You've just stretched out a few muscle areas, large and small groups. So just give your body that moment it needs. Wonderful. So we're going to walk on our hands to the left hand side. Really breathe into this stretch. Come back to center. Walk them out to the far side of your right. Inhale, breathe into the stretch. Come back to center. From here, we're going to plant our knees again and lift ourselves up. We're gonna tuck our toes if you must. Otherwise, if you can flatten the tops of your feet, you can also do that. Either way you're gonna do it, I'll show you tucked and flat. You're gonna grab the ankle and you're gonna come over to your left arm above head, pushing out hips towards the TV in my case. So imagine there's maybe a lasso and someone's pulling you from your hips forward. All right, breathe into that stretch, drop the hips, and you're going to rotate to the other side. Inhale, exhale, drop. Inhale, feel the stretch, go in your own time. So that is toes tucked. I'm just going to flatten mine now for a second, and you're just going to stretch on in. Hips coming back and forward, dropping as you're changing arms, pulling out forward in front of you as you're overhead. Lovely hip opener, this one. So we'll go into a full one now. So again, toes tucked, and you're going to grab one foot first, other second, and really push forward with those hips. Head tilted back. Lovely heart opener. And just breathe through that. Come out whenever you need to. Drop the feet and sit into hero's pose. From here, we're gonna just take a moment, lay on our backs into a corpse, as they call it, or mountain pose, Tadasana. And just take that moment, breathe, calm our bodies. Inhale and exhale, releasing all the tension within our bodies. Taking notice of any noises, in this case my cat, Luna. Noticing any smells within your space. Feel your body. Is there any tension still within? And just using your breath to really give it that good prana, and then releasing it to the universe. Giving gratitude to your body once again. Thanking our muscles for being strong. Thanking our hearts to pump the blood and the oxygen to our bodies and organs. And just letting us live. And just relax, melting within the space. Nice deep breath in and release. Beautiful. Just come up whenever you're ready. We like to just rub our hands together, gain that good energy. I hope you really enjoyed this one. Some nice hip openers, some lovely stretches. So my new intentions for the new year, was to get more flexible within the hips and the legs. So we're going to place that ribbon over, that good energy rather, over our hearts. Really inhale and exhale. So yeah, more flexibility for me. Try and be in the splits by the end of the year, maybe. We shall see. But much love to you all, and I hope you enjoyed this second day. Third day tomorrow is going to be another juicy one. As we progress, hopefully you guys will be seeing flexibility, more stable, more balanced. So we'll be touching a few areas, so it's going to be really nice. So keep up with it. New Year's, new intentions, and yeah, thank you again for being here.